email marketing is a form of relationship between you and your potential customer or your existing customer that just happens through the medium of email. Now the important part in between that is that you need to have permission from that user in order to communicate with them. But to me, email is one of the most powerful platforms that we can use to communicate with customers and potential customers, because it's a one-to-one communication. It's like having a physical conversation with the user. Whereas some other platforms that you may use within your business, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it's more of a one-to-many relationship where you're broadcasting a message and only the people that see it or read it are communicating with you or engaging with it. Once you have someone's email, once you have someone's permission, it gives you the ability to have a much more granular relationship with them. You can send them very specialized offers, very specialized emails, very specific targeted messages in order to get them to take some sort of action. And getting that permission is an important step when it comes to email marketing. There's lots of different ways that you can do that. The first step might be some sort of email opt-in form on your website. Very, very basic, join our newsletter. And that's a very common tactic that most businesses use. You can then take it a step further, that you'll hear us talk about some of our other videos, where you can use opt-in forms that are very tailored to that user. And that might be something like, hey, here's a special offer, can we have your email address? Or it might be maybe an article that you've written, and halfway down the article, you might have an embedded opt-in form that says, hey, do you like what you're reading? Give us your email address and we'll send you updates when we post similar articles, or we might add you to our email list and send you an email once a month. So that permission is important, and there's a couple of things to remember with that permission. A lot of people are, especially with a lot of the privacy issues that have happened recently, people are maybe less willing to give up their email address and their personal information. So it's important to let people understand why you're going to be using their email address and what you're going to be using it for. Some ways you can do that is to let people know the frequency that you'll be sending emails, what kind of emails you'll be sending, and what kind of emails they'll be receiving. And that, once they're giving your email address, because you're building that relationship with them, they're really understanding and they're feeling a little bit more confident in giving your email address and how you're going to communicate with them. So getting that permission is really important. Once you've got that permission and once you've got that person on your list, then there's a whole bunch of things that you can do in order to engage with them. A typical one might be what we call an autoresponder, which is as soon as I get your email, you might get an instant message from me saying, hey Stu, welcome to our list. Thanks for signing up. Here's what you can expect to receive. You might even send them a discount coupon if you're an e-commerce store to get them to take action right away. The autoresponder is almost like your first impression when you're having a conversation with somebody. If we were to meet and have a conversation and start talking to one another, what I say in those first critical moments is really important because it sets the tone for the rest of the relationship. Once you send an autoresponder, and a lot of email marketing platforms will then allow you to see a lot of statistics around how many people opened that email, how many people clicked it, how many people purchased it. So once you get that email and you're using specific platforms, you'll then be able to get lots of statistics around what's working, what's not working, which emails are people opening with, which emails are people engaging with. And that's when you take your email marketing to the next level. You've gone past your basic autoresponder. You're then using data to make informed decisions around how you send emails to your customers. And some of the things that you might decide to do off the back of that is that you might see that people from certain countries respond better to different offers than people from other countries because certain stock isn't available in those countries. Or certain age demographics, or whether it's male versus female, respond better to different emails that you might send about specific products. And we call that segmentation. So segmentation is a really important part of email marketing where you're taking a group of users and you're making sure that the content is tailored specifically to them. So in summary, email's a complex beast, but you can really start small, get that permission, start collecting emails. They may be unsegmented in the beginning. You might just have a big massive amount of emails, and you might start sending emails to see how people respond. And then as you grow and as you get bigger, then you can start to get more sophisticated, start doing things like segmentation, more advanced collection techniques. And as you become more comfortable and as you feel more comfortable, you can hopefully grow your business and scale as your email techniques scale as well. So in this video, we're going to talk about the complex subject of how to build your email list. And this can be approached in so many different ways. So we're going to talk about some of my favorites. And the first thing that I always recommend people to look at is, what are we doing on our site at the moment? I see a lot of websites that really hide their email list, their sign-up forms in the footer of their website. They make it hard for people to opt in. So the first thing is that you want to try and bring those forms to the forefront. If you're asking people to sign up for your email list, you want to make it easy to find. You want to bring it out of the footer. If you're writing blog posts, you want to have an easy way for people to subscribe to your blog. Once you've done that, the next thing in building email lists that I find works really well is what I call incentivization. Now this is the way that you can really, I find this can double, triple my opt-in form sign-up rates, but it can also slightly reduce the quality of the sign-ups that you're getting, and we'll talk more about that later. But incentivization is, I guess, giving people an incentive to opt into your list. So if you run an e-commerce store, you can do that with coupon codes. And I'm sure you've seen this basically anytime you've gone shopping. You'll go to a website and they'll pop up the opt-in form and they'll say, hey, get 10% off your order if you subscribe now. Or they'll send you a coupon code to your email address. I've seen that take opt-in rates from 2% up to 11% just from one simple change to the copy like that. So playing around with incentivization techniques can really help you grow your email list really, really fast. But it can also help you, decrease the quality of your list, because sometimes you're getting more subscribers, but a lot of people may only be subscribing just to get the discount. So it's important that you have ways to deal with that afterwards, and that might be segmenting people who are getting the discount separate from your normal sign-up list. You can also incentivize people in many other different ways. For example, giving away content, running webinars, free ebooks, packaging a lot of knowledge up into an ebooks with a landing page that you can promote. And secondly, in order to build your list, you have to get more people into the funnel. And ways that you can do that is promoting your links that build your email list in your various social channels. So one tip is, if you're trying to promote a specific piece of content or a specific offer, that you might include that link in your Instagram bio. Now that's there's two clickable links that you can put in Instagram. Number one's in your bio, and number two is with stories. So the first one you might put in your Instagram bio, and then in your one of your uploads, you might say, click the link in our bio to get this offer. People click the link in your bio, they come to your site, they fill out their email address, they're on your list. The second one you might do is a specific story. This story might be around a sale that you're hosting on your site, and then you can do a swipe up, and the swipe up will take the user to the link, and they'll be able to opt in. You can do the same on any platform. On Twitter, you can include it in your bio, you can promote it in tweets. On LinkedIn, you can promote it in posts. So you have to consider ways that, not only can you build your list from the ground up, getting people from your existing website traffic to sign up to your list, but how you driving traffic from other places. Another technique that I've seen work really well lately is using targeted Facebook ads to send people to content instead of your landing pages. So for example, I run a software as a service business that sells marketing software, and it can be really hard to build your email list through advertising. So one of the techniques that we've started using is that instead of sending people to our pricing page, our home page, or even our app pages, what we'll do is we'll write a piece of content that's really compelling, and the content might be, how to use giveaways to explode your email list. People see the ad, it captures their interest, they're really interested in it, and then we'll send them to us a guide on how to do it. And then 30 to 40% of the way down the guide, we'll then pop up the email opt-in form, say, hey, do you like this content? Do you want to get an extra piece of content that tells you how to explode your list even further? So it's almost like a double incentivization. You're getting people to go through the ad to read your content, and then when they're scrolling, you're getting them on your list. And this is a couple of really small and interesting ways that you can grow your list very, very quickly from the ground up.
The Foundr mission is to help you create an ass-kicking business and help you learn straight from the mouths of world-class founders. Get your free printed edition of Foundr magazine featuring Sir Richard Branson. Just cover shipping and handling at foundr.com/Branson.